Hi everybody, welcome to my channel and on this channel sikhuluma reality TV shows celebrities kanye YouTubers. If it's your first time joining me today and you like the content over here, where have you been? Make sure that you are subscribed, and here you can also press the join button and join as a member so that you can get access to certain videos earlier than the rest of the family. So listen, you guys, yesterday I was reading, because listen, I don't miss the Sunday world because they have the best Nkosi there. Even though the celebrities always come back on a Monday and they say it's a lie, and we're like, hey, we know it's not. Anyway, you guys, so there are two articles that were written about Gcinile's situation, the sex tape, all of that. There were two articles. One article was really focusing on what happened, the sequence of the events that led to Grootman releasing the tape, what had happened between the two of them, the exchanges that happened between the two of them. Because actually, there were exchanges. He had even said, listen, if you don't do this, this is what I will do. And he ended up doing exactly what he had said he was going to do. Was it horrible? Yes, it was. But there was kind of communication between the two of them. So one article was focusing on that. The other article was focusing on also the sequence of events, but focusing on the fact that now Gcinile is claiming that there was domestic violence in their relationship. So there was GBV in their relationship, and it started very early on. Okay. From what they've written in the article, because most Daily Sun articles are written in a way that they would say there is a source close to the situation. And the way that the article is written is like they spoke to Gcinile, so he is giving them the deal. Okay, so you guys, first they do say that at first Grootman had revealed to her that he has over 35 clips of their sexualia. Like Sims Right will say, sexualia. So, guys, 35. So, listen, you guys, she does say in the article that, listen, a lot of these, the footage, some of the footage was taken with her knowledge. She knew about it, okay? But there are some that she did not know about. How she knows this is because at some point Grootman had sent her the screenshots of all of the footage that he has. So obviously when she looked at that, she saw that some of the stuff was taken without her knowing. But she does say that some of them, it was taken, she knew about it, especially the one we saw, because she even looks into the camera. So she does talk about how everything that has been happening has been so hard on her that she is now in hiding. She's having a hard time coming out of the house and seeing people, because she feels like wherever she goes, people are going to recognize her. But I'm feeling like she might as well come out, because at some point she would have to, okay? Or maybe she needs to call Cyan and ask her how she deals with it. So she talks about how, so they met, everything was all, rosy when they met at the beginning of their relationship. They talk about a certain incident that took place where, I don't know if she was abducted or almost abducted by somebody that was a victim, Grootman, like somebody that had been scammed by Grootman. So after that incident, and I was like, yo, after that incident, they decided to move to Cape Town. So now they moved to Cape Town. He decides that they must live together. So they started living together. Okay. Now, you guys, when they are living together, now he starts a thing of controlling where she goes, or she speaks to. And remember, now she is away from her family, because that's how it's like a typical abuser situation, where they will make sure that they move you away from the people that love you, people that are going to pick up that you are not okay, moving from your family and friends. So now he's in Cape Town living with her. Okay. So now, you guys, now they're living together. They have a situation where now they're having an argument one night while they are in Cape Town. And now that's when he started to become violent toward her. She says that the first time that he did it, it was an open hand. Okay. And obviously she was very upset about it. She wanted to leave. And she says that there was the first time that he did the whole thing of the apology with the flowers and the whatever, expensive gifts, all of that, okay? And obviously she ended up forgiving him for that first incident. And then you guys, she says, then moving on, that very same year that they moved to Cape Town on Christmas Day. And I'm like, yo, on Jesus's birthday, this guy, yeah. She must have known that he's evil. So on Christmas Day, you guys, another incident happened where he also got physical with her. Then what you see when you read the story is that the abuse got worse each time. It was an open hand and then a fist, and then it was like, escalated, allegedly. So, and then also with the abuse getting worse and worse, the apology became bigger and more dramatic. So obviously now she's getting the apology, she's getting the gifts, she's getting the flowers, but then Grootman is now crying, because obviously it has to be more. If you did the first one, did the apology, you did the gifts, you did all of that, but you still did it, I'm like, but you are still, if you're going to give me the same apology as the first time, you are still going to do it. Okay, so he had to convince her. So now he's on his knees, he's crying, all of that. Okay, she forgives him. Okay, listen, you guys. Those who are young, really honestly, maybe even get hold of the Sunday World and read that story, because it's a typical like abusive relationship situation. Now, you guys, after she forgives, remember now the abuse is bigger than the first one. It's worse than the first one. Now, you must expect that the next one is going to be worse. Okay, it's not going to be an open hand. It's not going to verbally abuse you. It's going to physically abuse you, but it's going to be worse than the first and the second time. Now, she says that he starts bringing girls again now around their place. And when she starts talking, he promises Wuti now he's going to kill her, all of that situation. Wuti listen, so bulala in. And then you guys, he starts saying, Futuena, you don't have friends and you don't speak to any of your family who's going to rescue you. You have nobody. Nobody cares about you. When he is the one that moved her from her family to here, now he's saying you have no friends, you have no family, and he's bringing girls to the house. So obviously the situation became even more volatile, okay? So now he's calling her worthless, Now, and then he's also saying, the only person you have here is me, okay? Now, he started calling her an HOE, a gold digger, a prostitute. He himself, okay? Now, you guys, now the physical part of it was getting worse. She talks about even one time where he did it in front of their child, and she actually had to pick up her baby, run to the bathroom, lock the door there, and not allow him to come in when he was banging at the door. The Oscar situation, remember Oscar, how he ended up, I guess if he had a gun, maybe something worse could have happened there. So she goes to the bathroom, hides in the bathroom. Now things are just horrible between the two of them. That's around the time where she decided, after the bathroom situation, she decided, this is it. I need to move out of here. Otherwise, me and my baby are going to die. Okay. So the flowers and the cars and the whatever that we are seeing on social media as gifts, they were all him apologizing for getting physical with her. And the more they were bigger, we should have understood that the bigger the gifts were getting, it was because the abuse was getting worse between the two of them. Okay. Now, you young people out there, okay? Number one, you guys, I don't want to say that people don't change, but you don't want to test that theory with your life, okay? So if he has slapped you with an open hand, yeah, maybe he might change. Maybe he's one of the 2 guys out of 1,000,000 that actually change after that, and they never ever do it again, and they go to therapy and they understand why they did it, and they never ever. Maybe he is. But do you want to test that theory with your life? Because what you're basically saying is that, let me just see if this guy is one of the few. But there are big chances that the next one that's coming is worse. And also, you abuse the guy will test you. It's like a cheating. Person will cheat too much. Message and then they apologize. They apologize and then they go back and then they do and then they apologize. The next thing I want to be like telling you was, yeah, he's nice chick, so what? I still love you. Why do you have a problem with that? You know. So they will push and push and push, you know, because they want to see how much you can take. Oh, you can, and then they push and then they push and then they push. So if you think you can test the theory, maybe there are good men out there and you are going to find them for us, you know, you can go around, test them. They slap you, you stay, and then they go and they change, and you can come back and tell us, listen, I had a man that used to slap and he no longer does, you know. Maybe you can do that, but is it worth your life? Because basically you are testing a theory with your life, okay? Chances are, if he's done it, he will do it again. Do you want to risk your life? Do you want to live your life? It's a good thing that Gcinile ended up leaving this guy, okay? But the consequences of the whole thing, she must have known that at some point these tapes were going to come out, because he started blackmailing her with them very early on, saying, bring back all of the things that I bought you. Otherwise, I'm releasing these tapes and I have 35 clips. I will release them one by one and all of that. And she would block him. He would use their baby's account. I did not even know that their baby has a TikTok account. He would use their baby's TikTok account to send her messages and all of that. Like, this guy had no limits. Okay, this is somebody that abused you. Said you were nothing. You were a whore. You were a prostitute. But he still is upset that you're leaving him. Make it make sense, Lord. Am I not a prostitute? So you want a prostitute, okay? So you want a weightless woman. You want me as weightless as you want me. How weightless are you? You know? So yes, you guys. Anyway, if you can get hold of that article, please go and read it. I don't know if the purpose of writing the article was for us to get that, but I feel like it's a perfect example of how abuse goes in relationships, because sometimes you think it's just, you know, he just left me, but you don't know what follows, you know. And if they feel they can get away with a slap, they will, you know, next time it won't be a slap, it will be something bigger. And you don't want to be in that situation where you want to be the one that is used in the experiment to find out if men do change after they slap you. It's not worth it. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before you share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.